Hello guys, and welcome back to another video and part 2 in the pre-LCI to LCI front end conversion on my BMW 760 Li. Now before we get into things today, as always, hit that like button. It really does help me out and it is greatly appreciated. Now then, where did we leave off last time? So, as you can probably see, we have already removed the front bumper and the headlights along with the headlight brackets as well. That all needs to be changed to do the front end LCI conversion. Now pretty much all that's left is the wings or the fenders and the bonnet or the hood, whatever you want to call it. Now I am on my own today, so removing this bonnet, this hood, is going to be pretty tricky. It is only, you know, aluminium, so it is pretty light, but just the sheer size of it, it is going to make it a bit difficult. So we'll see how we get on with that. Now, if you can see over here, you'll notice that I have already went ahead and removed the wheel arch liners. Now these need to be removed to access the bolts that hold the front wings in place. So there is one bolt at the bottom here. They're all Torx bolts, one there, and then there is two tucked behind there. So you can either remove the wheel arch liners completely like I have, or you can just fold it back and access the bolts at your own will. So coming around to the other side, then you can see I already have the wheel removed. I should be able to show you those bolts a little bit better here. So there is the one at the bottom that I was talking about. And then if you have a look, there is another one, and then there is another one just up there as well. So I think first and foremost I'm going to get those 3 bolts loosened, and then we can get the wheel back on and then get the car back on the ground. There's one. Gonna need a long extension to reach the other 2. There's 2. And there's all 3 bolts removed. So while we are in here, I may as well disconnect the connector for the side marker as well. Just so when we remove the wing away, we haven't got to try and do that with one hand and then hold the wing with the other. But yeah, that's the inside of the wing, all now nice and loose. I believe the rest of the bolts are round the outside. Round the outside.
Round the outside, round the outside.
Okay then, so with the car now back on the ground, I think what I'm going to try and tackle next is the bonnet. Now, the bonnet is actually pretty easy to remove. There is only 4 bolts holding it in place. So one there, and obviously 2 on the other side. There is just a 10mm ground strap to remove as well. And then it's just a case of unhooking the bonnet struts. Just need to get a flat bladed screwdriver or pick in there, pop that out, and that should pull off. But yeah, we need to remove the bonnet next before we try and remove the wings, because the bonnet hinges themselves, they are actually bolting through the wings onto the chassis of the car. So yeah, we need to get the bonnet out of the way first, and then we can remove the rest of the bolts for the wings and then get them out of the way. So we've got to go forward and then up and then on the grass, if that's right. Yeah, I'm glad I had a second pair of hands, because that would have been an absolute nightmare. Okay, so as you can see, the bonnet is now removed. Luckily had a second pair of hands for that, as well as it could have been disastrous. But now it is time to remove the wings. So there is just a bunch of T30 bolts along the top. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, at least 7. I believe there's 1 inside of the door, then there is also 1 underneath as well, holding the wing to this plastic bracket which joins onto the bumper, so I've got to also remove that. So yeah, I'm just going to get cracking, remove all these bolts, and then we'll see if there's anything left, see if we've missed anything. Okay then, so on this wing you can see we have this bung here with a couple of connections that lead to the wiper arm, and I think the easiest thing to do is just to disconnect them, and then we can drop those through the hole. And then when it comes to installing the new wing, we can just fish those through and install it just the same. But I believe we should have all of the bolts removed now. I think there's just a bit of adhesive holding the wing in place. Yep, should be cracked loose. Don't want to damage the door. There we are, we're fully away. Nothing to disconnect because we already done the side marker earlier. Yeah, that's this side done. Let's go ahead and do the exact same on the other side as well. As you can see, I've removed the other side as well. I think what I'm going to do now is give everything a good clean down, ready for tomorrow, ready for the new front end to go on. So I'm going to give the wheel arches a good clean out, behind the wings, the entire front end, give it a good thorough clean, ready for tomorrow, ready for the complete front end to go on. Okay, this looks a bit better now, doesn't it? Wheel arches all now nice and fresh. Underneath the wings, nice and clean. No debris, no dirt left. Engine bay, nice and clean. And it's ready to receive the new front end, which should hopefully be tomorrow, so you guys will see that in a separate video. I am going to end this one here. Hopefully you all have enjoyed it. Please give it a like, leave a comment down below, subscribe if you have not already done so, and I will see you all in that next one. Peace.